Hello guys, welcome back to Rains Academy. My name is Vishal. In this video, let's have a look on modeling a bottle in Blender software. This model comes up with some challenges like radial symmetry, and also we have some threads which I have to achieve by different modifiers. So without any delay, let's get started. So to model the bottle, what I'll do is I'll select this cube first and get rid of that, and then bring a cylinder. So I press Shift A and then go to the mesh and then use the cylinder model here. And I go to this particular option and then add vertices of 32. So this will add 32 subdivisions around this particular model. And what I'm going to do here is enable the wireframe so that you could see the wireframe. I'm going to select the faces. I'll select two faces here, which are, not any specific because it's a very odd number. So I'm going to select the two faces and leave three faces there. And then it will bring me a total 7 sets of the ribs what we have on the bottle. So once I select all of them, I'm going to actually invert this, and in fact I could have selected this also. Lately I realized that I selected wrong one. So I press Alt E and I get a lot of options which are related to the extrusion. I use extrude along normals and then just drag this and bring those points outside. So once I got this particular shape, I'm going to select the face here. Maybe I can select both of them and then choose a scale tool, and then in the Z axis I'm going to move these points there. So that maintains the curvature there which I generally wanted in the bottle. So let's say I just wanted to scale this bottle to achieve a certain height. I'm going to select a few of the points and then move those points in the Z axis like that. I'm not scaling the whole model, which will affect the radius of the model there here. So once that is achieved, I'm going to select this face and then press I for insert, and then press G and Z for moving those points. I can use the loop tool here. Just press Ctrl R and then use the scale tool and then move it like that. So I've got the radius here. I mean the points are pretty much in line. So maybe I can press G and Z to move those points to maintain that roundness which I'm just looking for in the bottle. Whatever I've achieved is on the top side of the model. However, on the bottom side we have a different shape together. So I just select the face and then press I and then scale it. And then I can just move those points a little bit down, and then select the face and then press I and then move it slightly in, and then press I and then scale it and then move in the Z axis inside. Then press I. I is actually the inset tool which I'm going to use there. Okay. And I can use extrude tool like that, and then maybe scale it down. And this face I'm going to use the merge tool and then merge it to the center. So that generally brings that slight, when they do the casting of this injection mold, what we call, you get that small point there because this is made with such plastic injection molds. Let's say I'm going to select these edges here which are in the ribs here. So I'm going to select all of them and then press S and then Shift Z so that it scales X and Y at the same time. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the vertices here. And these points will just move up so that it maintains that roundness. So I press G and Z and then move it to the level of that particular shape, and it adds a lot of detail there. And press Ctrl R and then move this line almost close, and then press S and Z to scale that in the Z axis. Whatever I have done here can be done on the bottom side. And one good thing again I just wanted to do is I'm going to select these vertices and then just slightly move those points down, and I have to select all of them radially in the bottle. So once I select those points, I'm going to press G and then Z. That will move those points down. And that is a roundness what I'm looking after. And whatever I've done on the top, maybe I can just try doing on the bottom as well. So I'm going to select the vertex points here. And then press G and Z and then move it on the Z axis. Yeah, so far so good. And let me select this model here and then add a line on the bottom side like the way I've added on the top, and then press S and Z just to scale those points like that. So I'm going to select Control R and then add lines there, and yeah, that should be fine. And I just wanted certain things to be more round, so I'm going to select the faces from here. I press Control so that I get the loop here, which means press Shift and select the face, then press Control and click here. Shift and then Control. Shift, Control. So I'm going to select only these faces here. And if I just see this model from the top view, okay, I'm going to press select the scale tool, press S and Shift Z, and then right now I just switch off the proportional scaling, and then I want to make it slightly round there. Okay, and why did I do that? I just wanted to make it more round here. Once I have got this, I'm going to select all the faces here, and then make sure that you have the proportional editing on, and then I'm selecting the scale tool and reduce the area of influence. Just use the scroll wheel and then press S for scale and Shift Z so that it scales only in the X and Y planes. Once that is done, select the faces on the bottom and then use the rotation tool, increase the area of influence, and then press R and then Z. R for rotate and Z, and then rotate it like that. And once that is done, you could able to see this nice twisted model. And I'm going to make it smooth and see what I have achieved at this particular level. It looks decent at this point, and then I have to make the screw here, screw cap here. I mean the not the cap, but the neck of this bottle where you have the screw type of details. So I'm going to do that with a different model. So you can take a point here. There are a lot of ways to take the points, but I'm going to take a simple cube or plane, okay, and then I can use G and then move that point there. In fact, you select the vertex points all and then move without affecting the pivot point of this. That should be fine because pivot point stays there. And then merge everything to the center. Then I'm going to use this point at this particular point, okay, where I just wanted it to connect it, with this extrusion there. Now I will make sure that I'm adding a point, or I can just add 2 points there. And once that point has come, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a modifier called screw modifier. Now let me just add the wireframe visibility, and I'm going to make 1080 angle, which is 3 times, or you need not be very specific. You can even go around 1200 or maybe 1500 or so. And then you increase this screw, which is going to add so I'm going to increase the screw value to 0.3, and now I'm going to add the steps here, which is adding number of subdivisions which are kind of almost matching up our, and I just wanted some gap here, and also I'm going to select this and move these points, okay? And these points are guiding those threads here. So once I receive this detail, maybe I can select this and then I can extend it further, which is going to connect with the top. Okay, I'm going to move those points as close as possible to it. And here the angle can actually help me get these points matching. And once that connection is made, and once I move this point almost close to that, I can select the model and apply this modifier, which was a screw, and then select all the points here, okay? And I'm going to use M and merge by distance option, and then increase the distance to 0.01, which will find out those points and merge it as close as possible. There could be a more easier approach, but yeah, this is, I just wanted to show you. I'm going to select these 4 points and press F so that it's going to close. And I'm going to select these 4 points and then press F, and that's closed. And later I can select these 3 points, press F, and these 3 points, press F, and that's basically connected. You can use the knife tool and then connect those points here and then here. Once those connections are made, what I'm going to do is I select those edge on the top and then press E and then Z, and it's going to scale, move extrusion, and then scale that so that it comes in one straight line. I'm going to follow this on the bottom side and then press E and then Z, then S, then Z. Okay, so you got those threads here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this and these models. In fact, the bottom side, what I have here, this particular face I will delete, and this model I'm going to move like that. Here, one thing we should actually really check after is the number of sides we have. An extra care has to be taken, but here I have not taken such care, but we will try to do a simple bridge tool so that they are just connected and you end up getting some sort of triangles. Now I'm going to select these two and press Ctrl J, which will join these two models. And then just have a look on face orientation and see what you got. The bottle has got a different orientation than the neck here. So what you can do is you can select all the faces, go to mesh, normals, and then recalculate outside. You can do that, and then all normals will phase outside here. Now I'm going to select the edge component here and then the edge component there, and then you have a tool called bridge edge loops. You see that? This is what I was talking, because the number of lines were not properly calculated here, and if you take care of such thing, you may end up getting proper connections there. Now once you got this, you can now go to the object mode and press Ctrl 3, and then this is what you have here, the bottle. Okay, you can add thickness to it. That's very easy, but this is what I just wanted to show you in this particular tutorial. And I told you there could be very other obvious ways to do it. There could be so many other approaches to do the overall model, but I just wanted to keep it simple for a beginner. So keeping that in mind, I made this tutorial. And if you liked the video, just let me know in the comment section, and if you got any questions, you can ask me as well. Thank you very much, and subscribe my channel and support this cause. so that I can make more videos on Blender. Thank you.